Welcome to SewVeryEasy. My name is Laura, and when we are finished some of our handwork, there is one very important thing that we need to do. And believe it or not, it is wash it. After all, we have had that in our hands for a long time doing that beautiful hand stitching. Now, we normally wash our hands, or at least try to keep our hands clean as we're working on the projects. But we do have body oils, and perhaps we've touched something as we've been working on it. So it is very important to wash our products when we're done. I have a few things that are very old, and to be honest with you, I don't think I washed them. I didn't know better. I made these over 30 years ago, and I thought, well, my hands were clean, so I didn't need to wash them. But if you look up close, they definitely needed washing. So I'm going to share with you how I like to wash all of my handwork now to keep them nice and clean. So here are two embroideries, my King and Queen of Hearts, that I did a really long time ago. And if you look really close, you can really see the edges where the color has changed, because I have probably held them in my hand this way to do the stitching. And that is where they're really discolored, other than some obvious marks. Now, I did make these and never used them, so they were sitting in a drawer and some tissue paper, so I figured they would stay clean. But I guess my hand sweat was enough to get them dirty. Here is a needlepoint that I made, and this was probably just a little bit after I made these. I was going to make a pillow out of them. It's still on my list of things to do. But there are a few things that I've noticed with this. There are some discolorations, and it's not squared off. It has shifted through my working. And once again, it's these edges. You can see where I've held it in my hands, where they definitely are a little bit more soiled. Here are two very recent projects. This one has been washed. This one has not. It is the same material, but you can see where this, even though it looks clean, has a very slight discoloration. You don't really notice it until you put them back to back. You can really see how nice and clean that background is compared to this one. So I'm going to wash this, and I'm going to wash my King of Hearts. And to wash my things, I do like to use a very delicate soap. And I find this soak really works well. You can get it in many different scents, but for my needlework, I do like to use the scentless one. The ingredients are the same, it's just this has no scent in it. So I'm going to use this and a color catcher. The reason I want to add a color catcher, I do not know if this red is going to bleed. So these two things are going to go in some cold water, and I'm going to let these soak. So I have a nice big basin with some cold water, and I'm going to pour in about 1 teaspoon and give it a good mix. The first thing I'm going to soak is this particular one. It's white, it's blue. I really don't need the color catcher. So I'm going to soak it in. And I like to work it from behind. So I'm going to let this sit for about 15 minutes. Give the soap a chance to work a little bit. And then I'm going to start on one side and just rub the back with my hands. So I just want to give it a rub. Then turn it over to the front, being a little bit more careful. I'm just going to rub everything. Now I do have an area that I can see that I have a spot, and because this soap is so delicate, I'll just put a drop right on that spot and just give it a little rub. Once I've had my little massage done and it looks clean, I can rinse it. Now you can soak this longer if you'd like, but the first 15 minutes, I just want to see what it looks like. So I'm going to do that little spot treatment, and now I'm going to take it out of the water. And even though you do not need to rinse it, I do want to rinse it. I do want the cold water to rinse through from the top going to the back. So let me do that and then I'll bring it back. So I've given it a good rinse and I did not do any wringing motion at all. I'm going to take that and put it on a nice fluffy towel. From here, I can give it an inspection to make sure that it looks clean visually. And then I'm going to give it a bit of a roll. I'm going to just fold that over. And I'm just going to roll, making sure everything is straight, but not stretching it. Now I can squeeze some of that water out and unroll. So it looks like I did get all of those stains out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it dry on its own. I don't like the idea of pressing it until it's dry. I want to square this off. If you have patterns that have any straight angles in them, just be sure those are straight. We just want all of those edges straight. And it's a great time to do it while it's wet. If you have a surface that you can put this over top like an ironing board, you can pin the edges a little bit to help keep it straight. So this gives me the opportunity with it wet to put it in exactly the shape I want. And I'm going to let that dry on its own. Now the next one I'm going to wash is this one that has that bright red. So I have that cold water in, and this is where I'm going to put that color catcher sheet. Now put that down. Now because this is very old and it should have been washed, well, let's say 30 years ago, I'm going to let that soak for at least 2 hours. So you can see where the soaking has really brought out a lot of that red. And when I look at that color catcher sheet, it definitely has caught some of that color. So I'm going to transfer this into a new vat of soapy water and let it sit. So the second wash has been sitting here and there's just a tiny little spot of red. But my water is very clear. There's definitely a big difference in those color catchers. You can actually see the pattern where the thread was. I'd rather catch it here than spread on my fabric. So my King of Hearts is almost dry, but since I made this when I was about 30 years old, I'm going to give it another wash. But you can see already the difference in the color. This was almost yellow. Just that washing alone has made a big difference. Here's the needlepoint, and it's nice and clean. And here's the comparison to those two cross-stitch patterns. It is amazing. It didn't look dirty before, but now that it's washed, you can definitely see the difference. Now, if you're having a project that you've done and you wash it right away, well, the stains and all the discolorations from your hands will come off. The difference is quite remarkable on a little cold water, a little bit of soaking, and well, a little soak. So the one thing that I have learned over 30 years of doing cross-stitch, needlepoint, embroidery is the importance of washing it afterwards. And my King and Queen of Hearts definitely shows that. Now, I have had those in the drawer for over 30 years and had totally forgotten about them. So it was a great time to show that example on how they could wash up and look so nice after they've been washed. The importance when we are washing these products is to use a mild soap, and if you have colors you're unsure of, a couple of color catchers definitely will help. So I have a few projects that I'm going to be able to get ready and frame up for another time. Thank you for joining me today on So Very Easy. Feel free to subscribe. I'm on Facebook, Instagram. I do have a newsletter, all under So Very Easy, and it's free. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.